Cynthia Villar is a Filipino politician and wife of billionaire businessman Manny Villar. She was a member of the House of Representatives for the Lone District of Las Piñas from 2001 to 2010 and is currently a senator. With a degree in business from the University of the Philippines and her master's from New York University, she practiced as a financial analyst and college professor until she married former House Speaker and Senate President Manny Villar in 1975. Together, Manny and Cynthia went out to become a big success in their business ventures, one of which is making Vista Land the biggest home builder in the country. Apparently, the Villars do not only invest in business, they also invest in people. From leading in the Congressional Spouses Foundation, building regional centers for women who are victims of abuse, to the Senate Spouses Foundation and raising funds to rehabilitate the charity wards of the Philippine General Hospital. The family even set up a foundation to help reduce poverty, calling it Villar Sipag, with Cynthia herself as the managing director. Considered as power partners in life, in business, and in charity work, Manny and Cynthia have raised 3 children who also have their own rising careers. So what makes a Cynthia Villar? What motivates her? What are her guiding principles for life, career, and service? Get up close and personal with Senator Cynthia A. Villar right here on Dynamic Living.
Sigurado ko mga gusto ninyo ang inyong mga imo matunggan karong eleksyon. Will take a very short break and then we return. Do you continue on other things do you have in mind that you believe could end your needs and that which first world class care kaya natin ibigay sa mga tao dito sa it is a very better Welcome to Dynamic Living, the Total You. It is a rare opportunity actually in our show to have with us and to be able to get to know one of the country's most influential senators and a woman at that in our episode here, Up Close and Personal with Senator Cynthia Villar. I'd like to welcome to the show our most influential senator. Ma'am, thank you so much for allowing us to interview you in this home of yours.
Good day, Jean, and good day to our televiewers. And I hope we will have a nice session today.
Opo, kasi heto nga po, we'd like to get to know the woman behind, all of this, so much is being said about you. But first of all, Madam, we know that social and civic concerns, it seems that that is one of those things that you do most, no? So marami po kayong mga legislative na mga pinapasa both in Congress and in the Senate. Saan po dito ang pinakamalapit sa inyong puso?
Well, of course, my advocacy, together with our foundation, the Villar Social Institute for Poverty Alleviation and Governance, is about poverty reduction and by establishing livelihood projects and trying to improve the productivity, competitiveness, and profitability of agriculture, because agriculture is where most of our people are, poor people are. And at the same time, we champion environmental protection. And of course, we try to take care of the welfare of our OFWs.
Opo, medyo that's a tall order po sa inyong term, po, sa Senate at saka sa Congress. But let's go to them one by one po. Una po ay yung livelihood programs. Ito po alam ko po na medyo malapit talaga ito sa inyong puso because even when you were still new in the government service, this is one of your parabang battle cry po ninyo. Bakit po mahalaga itong livelihood programs na ito para sa ating mga kapwa kababayan?
Kasi po yung livelihood projects namin, it started with our problem with the river. Kasi yung river namin nag-overflow, nagpo-flooding yung aming city. I was then a congresswoman And I thought that what should I do to prevent those problems? And we saw that the reason for flooding is that the river is full of waste. So we decided to recycle waste from the river. And we did that successfully. We discovered that if you establish livelihood projects for the people, they cooperate also with your advocacy. So yung amin pong mga water lily that used to clog a river, we turn into handicraft products. Wini-weave namin into bags, basket, slippers, mats, furnitures, and many other things. And then yung amin pong kitchen and garden waste, we turned into organic fertilizer. Nagbili kami ng mga machines na mechanize namin yung aming composting and vermicomposting. So we were able to turn our kitchen and garden waste into organic fertilizer, which we distribute to farmers. And then yung amin pong waste coconut husk, ginagawa namin coconut, and we earn from it. And then yung aming waste plastic, ginagawa naming school chairs, which we distribute to public schools in the Philippines.
Ito po yung inyong, kasama po dito sa inyong ginagawa, yung minention ninyo, ito po yung inyong Las Piñas Zapote
River Rehabilitation Program. And at the same time, we created livelihood. Nagkahanap buhay na yung mga tao, nalinis na yung river, luminis ang aming bayan, hindi na kami nag-flood, nakasave pa kami on our budget for throwing away garbage sa aming syudad. We save, kasi a typical city will spend around 300, 400 million to throw away garbage. We only spend 90 because we were able to recycle 70% of our waste.
So that's amazing po. Senator, with that now as a model, kasi masasabi po nating model po yung ginawa ninyo doon sa inyong lugar po. Is that also feasible and viable with all the other, rivers, kumbaga kahit yung Pasig River, kahit yung sa mga probinsya po?
In fact, I was so successful that I convinced the Bureau of Soil and Water Management of the Department of Agriculture to distribute composters and vermicomposters to all the local governments who would want to implement it. And so far in my 3 years in the Senate, they were able to distribute 800 composters. And then I was also able to convince the Philippine Coconut Authority to distribute decorticating machines so they can turn waste coconut husk into coconut. And which they sold to the public works to be used for slope protection. A private company is supporting me now to teach everybody who want to learn to weave water lily. And then I have convinced the Department of Environment and Natural Resources that this year they will distribute plastic factory which will turn waste plastic into school chairs. So parang yung aking model, pinerfect ko, and then I convinced them to promote the models all over the Philippines.
Yes, kasi mahalaga makita po muna nila yan, maging example of what is success story.
I don't promote any model which I haven't proven to be okay.
Would you say, Senator, that it took you how many years for you to be able to perfect that, recycling, livelihood in that area where you are?
I started in 2001. It did not come, it came one at a time. I started with composting and water lily weaving, and then came the coconut, and then the last one is the plastic waste factory. I started my plastic waste factory in 2013.
Heto po, saan pa kaya patutungo yung inyong project na ito?
Right now, I'm building a bamboo processing, a small bamboo processing plant in Las Piñas. If I am successful, then I can, the bamboo planting is included in the National Greening Program. So the National Greening Program can ask people to plant bamboo, And then if my processing is successful, then I can ask maybe DTI or DA or DNR to distribute this bamboo processing, and then that would be a additional livelihood to the people.
Opo. Now, let's go to environment po. Isa sa inyo ding adhikain or advocacy is environment, no? Saan po ang ninyo, pinaka-thrust ninyo when it comes to environmental concerns?
I'm building of course, the river, and then I'm building the Las Piñas Parañaque Wetland Park. It's a 175 protected area along Manila Bay. So we will build what do you call this? A wetland center and visitor center. We patterned it sa wetland center of Hong Kong. And I'm glad to say that our wetland center is listed in the Ramsar list together with 6 wetlands in the Philippines, famous wetlands in the Philippines, as one of the 2,200 wetland of international importance. So we're very proud of it. That's one of my advocacy. And I'm doing also environmental project in Baseco, in the Port of Manila. We're building 5,000 toilets. We're planting mangroves. We're building aquaculture. We're building what do you call this? Vegetable garden, and we're processing waste. So it's a convergence of many departments of the government, and I think we will become successful. And it can also serve as a model to improve those poor areas in Metro Manila.
And maybe that can also be, brought down to the level, the grassroots level in the provinces.
Because
Kasi marami din pong ganyan
And one of our Millennium Development Goals is to zero open defecation. So that would mean building of toilets in areas where there are no toilets. So that is a very good advocacy.
Ma'am, let me talk about women, among women, okay? Isa po din sa inyo, I noticed when I read about you, isa po sa inyo mga adhikain is about, improving the plight and the lives of women.
Alam mo kasi yung mga nabibigyan ko ng livelihood projects, marami ang women. Kasi sila yung community base. Sila yung mga hindi nagtatrabaho sa formal economy dahil they cannot go to work because they have to take care of the children. They stay at home and they can work at home. So we have to help women because more than 50% of our population are women. Pag hindi natin napakinabangan yan, malaking loss sa ating country. And at the same time, mababait sila kasi women, they take care of the family without any pay. Diba?
So how would you describe the typical Filipino woman?
Yung mahihirap, katulad namin na well-educated, we have a career. We have what you call this 6 women in the Senate. So that's 25%. That's big. And we have elected 2 women president in the Philippines. But of course, the majority of our women are poor and housewives. It doesn't mean that if you're a housewife, you won't have any income. You can do livelihood projects in your home, as what I have done in Las Piñas. I have provided livelihood to more than 500 families in our city, barangay-based. I place my livelihood center in the barangay, but they just walk with their children, diba?
Mas madali yun.
Kasi pag hindi madadala ang children, sino mag-aalaga ng children? So, yung mga livelihood center ko, nag-work sila doon, then the children are playing with them, and they're safe. And of course, since madali lang naman yung ginagawa nila, sometimes the children, they help also. So, maganda kasi it's a good model. You can be with your children and you earn.
So would you say, ma'am, na there are skills also that a woman, a Filipino woman, should have in order for her to succeed
Magaling
like
sila
you?
mag-weaving. Lahat ng trabaho nila sa akin, weaving. Weaving of water lily, weaving of coconut, weaving of blanket. Lahat ng kinds of weaving, kaya nilang gawin.
At kaya din nilang gawin kahit ano, if they put their hearts into it.
Yes, may mga work lang na talagang panlalaki. But weaving is really for women.
Now, let's talk about agriculture, which is again, you are the chair in the committee for agriculture.
I chose that.
Yeah.
It's my choice. I could have gotten other committees, but I want agriculture.
Why agriculture and
Because
food?
nga ang aking advocacy is poverty reduction, and the poorest people are in agriculture if you go by the study of the Philippines.
So with agriculture and food, sa tingin niyo po ba, why is it that we are lagging behind when we compare ourselves to other ASEAN countries po?
There was a study by the Philippine Institute of Development Studies why they call it the barriers to profitability and competitiveness. Alam mo, para ka mag-survive in an industry, you should be profitable and competitive. Sino naman magtitiis sa isang hanap buhay na nalulugi at kaliit-liit ng kita? So, they said that the barriers to profitability and competitiveness is lack of what do you call this? Lack of technology, lack of mechanization, lack of financial literacy. Alam mo, ang mga farmer are not employees. They are self-employed. They are small businessmen. And their farm is their small business. Tapos, bibigyan sila ng farm na wala naman silang business sense or hindi nila alam magpakita ng farm, then that's doomed to failure. And then they don't have the ability to apply for cheap credit. Ang mga cheap credit po ay nanggagaling sa bangko, sa microfinance, sa mga development bank, sa mga land bank. Kailangan nag-a-apply ka dyan. Hindi sila marunong mag-apply. So, nangungutang sila sa 5-6.
And it brings down their businesses down the drain.
Yeah, down the drain. Kaya, ibig sabihin, we have to educate them. That's why my focus now is how to educate the farmers. And I'm building farm schools in every town in the Philippines. And I'm asking TESDA to support my farm schools. They will pay for the tuition of all the farmers and the children of farmers who will study in our farm schools, and TESDA will pay so that those who farm schools will also earn. Kasi pag hindi natin sila pinakita, hindi sila magtuturo, di ba?
At saka matututo po sila paano gawin, no? Pag-aaralan nila kung ano yung pwedeng product at kung paano nila palaguin yun, ano? So, Madam, yun pong food, sufficiency dito sa Philippines. Would you say na sufficient po tayo?
Hindi. Like, for example, rice, we're off by 10%. So, kailangang ipalakihin natin yung production ng rice. And how do you increase the production of rice? Well, you have to learn technology. At yung sinasabi ko nga, if you compare the rice in production cost of rice in Vietnam compared to the production cost of rice in the Philippines, 6 pesos per kilo sa Vietnam, 12 pesos per kilo in the Philippines. Double. So, if you break down the cost, you will discover na ang malaking difference, of course, 50 centavos sa irrigation, but po 3.40 ang 3 pesos and 40 centavos sa labor. So, that is mechanization. And then, of course, mahina ang yield, okay? Because in our country, it's 4 metric tons per hectare. Dapat, sabi nila, kaya-kaya daw i-double with the right technology. So, we're looking at that.
With the right technology coming in, with new knowledge, at saka information drive, yung sinasabi niyo pong sa farm schools ng ating mga farmers, then hopefully, this one will really drive the country in terms of production, di po ba?
If the Department of Agriculture will follow our advice. Para kasi kami we are legislators, we are not implementers. It's the Department of Agriculture which will implement. Kahit na namin na ito ang thinking namin, kung hindi nila i-implement yung mga dapat gawin, then we will fail.
But then with a very good team up legislation and the people who should be implementers, ay maganda naman po siguro ang kahinat na natin. Madam Secretary, heto pong inyong livelihood programs, alam po natin ito na you are also into livelihood programs, not just for the ordinary Filipino, but also for the OFWs. Ano naman po ito?
Iba naman yun sa OFWs kasi meron silang puhunan no? And maraming remittance. In fact, the remittance of OFWs to the Philippines, 25 billion a year US dollars in formal remittance, and another 25 billion US dollars a year in informal remittance. So napupunta to sa kanilang mga pamilya, and gusto namin turuan sila na pag nagre-remit sa inyo, a portion you save and invest even in a small business. We're trying to teach them how to build small businesses para kung magka-problema yung pamilya nila dun sa abroad at kailangang umuwi, pagdating dito, meron naman dadat na nahanap buhay, hindi zero, diba? For after all, they remitted so much to them, at least they should invest a part of it in small businesses which can provide income for them in the future.
In other words, educating again the
How
OFW
to-
families.
yes.
Kasi yung mga naiiwan, sila po yung tumatanggap ng pera.
Meron po kami, nag-sponsor kami ng reintegration program na tinuturuan sila ng mga skills na in demand so that they will learn it and they will practice it in their daily lives. So,
Madam Secretary, Senator, I'm sorry. Heto po, ano po kaya sa tingin po ninyo? Do we still need additional legislations here in the country so that we will be able to help, propel the progress of the country?
ako sa agriculture, meron akong legislative agenda. Like for example, we have passed on second reading the free irrigation. Para nang sa ganon, it will be permanent. Whether we are here or we are not here, it's legislated. Kasi pag legislated, it's
Wala nang
permanent.
magagawa.
It's part of the budget. And then, we are, I will try to pass a bill on the development of livestock, poultry, and dairy. Kasi ang dairy production natin is 1% of demand. So that's very low. And it's very important for Filipinos to be able to drink milk kasi importante yan sa mga bata. Pero kung lahat imported, di yung mahihirap, hindi na makakainom ng gatas. So we're looking at that. We're looking at local government allocating a certain amount of their budget to agriculture, to force them to allocate a certain amount of budget to agriculture. We're looking at amendment to the NFA Charter. We're looking at the passing a bill on insurance, agricultural insurance. Kasi kaya yung mga bangko hindi nagpapautang sa farmer, very risky daw. But if their crops are insured or whatever, then the bank will not be afraid and they can get cheap credit from the banks.
And do you believe, Madam Senator, that all of these plans of yours in terms of additional, legislations, this can be, done during your term now?
From my experience in my last stay in Congress, the last 3 years, 2013, 2016, parang wala naman akong nakita na hindi nila ako sinuport. Kasi as long as you can defend the bill, that it will really help the people, especially the Senate, wala namang kumukontra. They really want what is good for the people also. And when we have passed it in the Senate, I will go to the House. Marami ho doong mga party list championing agriculture. They really help me pass the bill. Kasi as long as you can explain that this will really help the farmers to be better off because they're very poor, wala akong problema.
Okay, we'll take a very short break, and when we return, we'll try to talk now on a personal level with our lady senator here. And please stay tuned to Hope Channel.
Agay, maraglapad man ang akong ulo. Inom sa kuha niya tableta para mawala ni. Maraga pa muhipoy man ang akong mga bukton. Ay, may nalang niapod ko yung tableta para ni. Ayay, marag wala gani may angay akong tiyan sa akong pamahaw ba? Naamapot siguro ko'y tambal para sapto sa tiyan diri.
Hops, kadali lang higala. Nahibalo ka ba nga pwede kang madaot sa dili sakto nga pagtumar og mga medisina? Tungod kay sintetika ni, kikinahanglan gayud ang medical advice sa pagtumar ni ini. Busa, sulahi usa ang natural remedies. Ang Natural Remedies Encyclopedia adunay kapin sa 11,000 ka home remedies para sa sobra sa shitis-shitos ka mga balatian. Palit na sa Natural Remedies Encyclopedia. Sa Natural Remedies Encyclopedia, siguradong mas safe and healthy ka.
We are people, and we love to get connected. We connect as families because of birth. We connect as friends because we click. And we connect as communities because we care. Seventh-day Adventists are people who connect in communities called congregations, which in turn connect to form conferences, who connect together to form unions, divisions, and the General Conference. Why do we connect? It starts with a connection to the Creator, who invites us on a spiritual journey. When we journey together, we can help each other along the way. This journey is a journey of a lifetime, and as we learn and grow, life becomes filled with meaning and purpose. Our greatest joy is in helping others along the way. Wherever you are on your journey, we believe that we have something to offer that can make your life more whole. So the next time you see a Seventh-day Adventist, remember, you're not looking at someone who stands alone. They are connected to a world church that has 18 million members, gathered in 13 divisions, comprised of 122 unions, formed by 600 conferences, serving in 140,000 congregations in 208 countries, who worship in 924 languages, and they all want to connect with you.
Welcome back to Dynamic Living, the Total You, our dear viewers and listeners as well. We are here with our up-close and personal interview with Senator Cynthia Villar. Madam Senator, what is life like being in politics?
You know, I was born into politics. When I was 12 years old, my father became mayor of Las Piñas, and he stayed for 22 years as a mayor and congressman for 5 years. So I live my life as the daughter of a politician, and I didn't find anything wrong with it.
Mm-hmm. And in 2016 po, you were actually said to be the most industrious senator. Kung baga, pinakamasipag daw po kayo at dala-dala ninyo yung inyong programang sipag. Ano po? So how would you define industrious?
Hardworking. Because I was born to a family of hardworking women. My lola, hindi siya nag-aral, naging tindera siya sa sidewalk sa Divisoria. He was a sidewalk vendor from age 16 to 80. And she was so industrious that she was able to send his 9 children to school. Wow. And then my father graduated as a doctor sa University of the Philippines. And at lahat ng anak niya graduated mostly from UP. Siguro marunong siya, hindi lang siya nag-aral. And after mamatay siya, marami pa siya ipinamana sa anak niya in addition to education. So siya ang role model ko. Plus my mom. My mom was a public school teacher who stopped teaching when she got married kasi we were born year after year. And she built herself a poultry farm and a rice mill. And since my father was in public service, she was the one who provided for us. Siya yung nagnegosyo at naghanap buhay para sa amin. Kaya my inspiration are my lola and my mom, and they are all very hardworking women. Pag pinanganak ka kasi in a very hardworking family, pag laki mo, mahihiya ka na hindi ka hardworking kasi parang, ano ba, yun ang tinuro sa iyo eh. Mm-hmm. So, kaya siguro hardworking ako.
What is your attitude towards work?
I think work is a matter of time management. Mm-hmm. You have to really manage your time so you can do the the most out of your very limited time.
Do you believe, Madam Senator, that one must have necessary skills in life
Of
for one
course.
to become successful? And if yes, what would these skills be?
Education. Kahit walang pinamana sa yung pera, basta pamanahan ka ng good education, you're okay. Oo. In fact, that's one of the things that made us, tingin ko, successful. Kami po ni Senator Manny Villar, we were classmates. We graduated from the UP College of Business. So we know how to do business. That's a skill. And that's what we really made sure that our children will have. So my children, they have the best education that they can ever have.
Yes, seeing the way you both work and the way you manage your business and your time management, I think that would be a good role model already. Madam Senator, how do you keep yourself fit?
When I was younger, I'm fitter. I don't exercise, but right now I do exercise 3 times a week. Otherwise, I will feel bad. And then I eat now a lot of vegetable, and binubusog ko muna sarili ko sa vegetable, tsaka ako kumakain ng rice at tsaka meat. Kasi para konti na lang kakainin kong rice and meat. Mas kasi healthy ang vegetable.
Pero hindi po ba, you were actually, quoted as saying that itong unlimited rice, dapat
Di
tanggalin
naman.
natin.
Yung only rice was a side comment to our hearing about the amendment to the NFA Charter and what amount of rice should the NFA import. And we were tracing the production of rice from 2001 to 2016 and the demand for rice from 2001 to 2016. Tinitingnan lang namin kung yung importation ng NFA is really the right importation. Kasi we want to make a policy on what is the band of importation. Kasi pag nasobrahan ng importation, kawawa ang farmer. Pag kinulang naman, kawawa ang consumer. Di ba? So, bumabalansi kami. And on the side, nag-comment lang ako, actually, wala namang bills filed prohibiting unlimited rice. That's crazy. I was just commenting that anyway, people should not eat too much rice because that's bad for the health.
Which is actually medically proven po.
Yeah.
That's really true.
Siyempre gusto nilang kumain ng rice, ayaw nilang sasabihin sa kanila yon. But sabi nila, anti-poor daw dahil mahal ang vegetable. But actually, if you grow vegetable in your garden, vegetable is free. Di ba?
Totoo
Kailangan masipag ka lang. Ako, yung kinakain kong vegetable, I grow it myself. Oo, sa aming
very
farm.
healthy po pagka
Oo.
vegetables ang kinakain natin more than the rice or carbohydrates. Hindi po
because
ba?
rice will turn to sugar, and sugar, if too much, will make you diabetic. And if you're diabetic and you are not able to handle it or control it, then there will be a malfunction of your major organs and you can die. So, yun lang naman ang sinasabi ko sa mga tao. Medyo nagagalit sila kasi tayo a nation of rice eaters. But kung hindi naman makinig sa akin, this is just a friendly reminder. Kung gusto pa rin kumain ng rice, what can we do?
So, paano po ninyo tinatanggap, Madam Senator? Heto minsan, syempre, you being in politics, in the limelight, like comments like that, can actually draw flack from people. How do you handle negativities?
I'm very low profile. Even though I'm in public service, I am very low profile. And I just say what I want to say because I think it's a good message ngayon. Kung may mga tao talaga na mahilig sila mag-put down ng other people, may mga tao talagang ganon, we should not mind them. In fact, we should not do what they want us to do kasi matutuwa sila lalo. So, it doesn't matter to me because public service is public service. If the people would want me to be in public service, it's their loss, not my loss.
Are there advantages po or disadvantages being in the limelight?
Hindi naman. Kasi ako naman, kahit kami senator, we live a very simple life. We work in the Senate, I go around, and then I go home afterwards. Parang wala namang nakakabother sa akin kasi I don't let myself be bothered.
That's a good principle to follow by,
Yes,
ano po.
yes.
Pero,
And besides, I'm just serving. Eh, kung masama yung ginagawa ko, eh di bahala sila. I mean, I am doing my best.
were there instances po na you wished na hindi kayo sa politics?
Hindi naman. Although we had bad experiences in politics, but we have accepted the fact that if we will not go into politics, who will go into politics? Maganda rin na may mga people na makakatulong na pumupunta into politics because that is good for the country. So, sa akin, we made this choice, then we have to suffer for it, and it doesn't bother me.
So what keeps you going?
The inspiration that I will be able to continue my projects, and then I can influence policy of government for the benefit of the people.
Your husband mentioned po na he really said that both of you are actually partners in everything. So kung nabanggit niya na you are his partner in all aspects of his life.
Kasi we're classmates, so we understand each other because we studied the same thing. So when we built our business, we both have yung business acumen to do it because that's our training. So we can understand each other, and then we know our politics. So because we were both in politics, and then we love our family very much. Kasi it's a bond. When you love your family very much, then that will hold you together because you don't want anything to happen to your family. So you become partners to preserve your family.
And your children po, it seems, are following your footsteps din po, no? Both in business and in politics maybe. Did you encourage them to be like that also? Or it's just that decision lang nila yon?
You know, yung mga children pala, I never told my children what to do. I just influenced them to, let's say, study hard and get the best education. Eh, siguro nakikita nila sa amin what we have done to have what we have. And then at the same time, nakita naman nila yung mga nagawa namin in terms of service to the community. Maybe they have chosen us as their role model. Kaya without even telling them what to do, they follow us. Like for example, my children stayed in the US to study, but they all came back to help. One of my son went into politics and another son went into business, which is very balanced. And I think yung ibang mga anak, pag pumunta sa America, hindi na bumabalik. But they all came back and they are helping us.
So alam naman po ng lahat, ma'am, na kayo po ni Sir Manny Villar are billionaires. You're the richest yata po in terms of sa Senate, no? Sa
I
mga
never
senators.
felt it. Kasi
But it's been written down.
Manny and I, we live very simple lives. So
how do
alam
you
mo, yung suma lang yon. Hindi mo naman nakikita yon.
So how do you now, try to view things from being at the top in terms of finance?
Ako, a lesson from my mom, pag ikaw kumikita, huwag mong gagastahin, ipunin mo. Kasi hindi ka naman palaging kikita. Kawawa ka naman pag naghirap ka. Kaya dapat huwag ka maghihirap. So, yun ang lesson niya sa amin na if you're earning much today, you save it so that when the bad times comes na wala ka ng income, you have something to draw on. So, sa akin, my life is consistent. Kung ano kami noon, ganun pa rin kami ngayon. And then, if we earn more, naandyan yan, para pag dumating ang time na we don't earn anymore, meron kaming savings.
That would be a good advice to our viewers.
Yeah, I'm telling all of them. Kasi sasabihin ng mga tao doon sa Senado, yung mga empleyado, sasabihin nila, ayaw namin dyan, kuripot yan eh. Sabi ko, maganda nga yung mga kuripot. Lahat ng pinakamayayaman sa Pilipinas, kuripot. So, ikaw, kung gusto mo yumaman, magkuripot ka din. And now, they are saving because I taught them that lesson.
Ma'am, how do you see yourself, say, 5 years or 10 years from today po?
I'm going to retire in 10 years and continue with my foundation, Villar Sipag. I'm going to retire from public service and work in my foundation.
And how would you want to be remembered by the Filipino people?
I want to be remembered as the one who built the most number of livelihood projects in the Philippines and the most number of farm schools in the Philippines.
That's a tall order, ha? And yet that
No,
is
I'm going to,
Very
yeah, I
attainable.
think I can do that.
What is your vision po for the country?
I want to improve our agriculture because the poorest people are in agriculture. If we cannot improve our agriculture, then we cannot bring down poverty level in the Philippines. So I want to bring out, to remove, or rather to remove them from their poverty.
And that is something po ba na, kayang-kaya nating gawin?
Like for example, if we double the production of rice per hectare, then it follows that the farmer will double the income. Di ba? Kung ang productivity mo nag-double, then your income will double. Di ba? So, that's the formula. I want to make a businessman out of farmers. They should operate their small farm as a small business from which they will be earning more to maximize their profitability. So it will be a better life for them in the future, not only for their welfare, but for our welfare. Because the future of food security in this country will depend on our farmers. If we cannot make them earn more in the farms, they will abandon their farms, then we will not have any food security. So helping our farmers is helping ourselves.
And also, that will be something that these farmers will now be able to, give as a legacy to their children.
Yes, yes.
And that will be good for the children then po of these farmers.
Of course, if the farmers will earn more, their children will be better off because they will be educated. And at the same time, the children will continue the farms and we will have food security. Remember, if they continue the farms, it's for us also because we are assured of food security in the next generation.
What are the challenges, Madam Senator? Do you see na kumbaga these are challenges that may be kind of difficult for us to hurdle so that we can, improve further yung productivities natin in whatever aspects in life?
I guess if you want to improve productivity, you have to educate them how to do it. After all, it's technical expertise. I mean, it's something that you have to learn to improve productivity.
Empowering
So,
our people.
I think it's still education.
Thank you so much po sa inyong time for, sharing with us here in Dynamic Living. What is your message po to our viewers?
I'm very happy to be part of this program ng Hope Channel, and I hope our viewers have learned something from what we talked about, and I hope this country will progress as we want it, and good luck to everybody.
Yes, good luck to all of us. Dear viewers, remember this, that even in Proverbs 31 verse 10, it says, "A woman of noble character is worth far more than rubies." And women empowerment, just as being exemplified by our senator here, Senator Cynthia Villar, we are actually being shown the way that we women can lead the country and be part of whatever we want to be, because we are actually part of the goodness of each one of us. Magandang araw po sa ating lahat.
Salamat sa pagatiman sa ako lang ha.